Now we will be talking about key signatures. Key signatures are accidentals placed right after the clef in the beginning of the music to indicate which key we're in. By using key signatures, you avoid rewriting accidentals throughout the piece of music, which makes it look neater in the long run. An example is if I'm in the key of G major, I know that if I write my whole step half step pattern, I will get all natural notes but F sharp. So to indicate the key of G major, I could just put the F sharp on the staff right there, right after the clef, and anytime I have the note F appears, I know it's going to be F sharp because it's indicated in the key signature. This way, you avoid writing F sharp every time you use the note F sharp. This will help out a lot more in the long run when you have key signatures that have multiple sharps, maybe 5 or 6 sharps or flats. So instead of constantly rewriting accidental for each of those notes, you just use a key signature, and then it is understood that every time those notes appear, they're going to have the accidental with it. Let's talk about the order of sharps and flats. In the book, it indicates this, and I use a different anagram for it. But if you know the saying of fat cats go down alleys eating bugs, this tells you the order of the sharps. So for example, the first sharp is going to be F, second one's going to be C, next one's going to be G, the one after that is going to be D, A, E, and B. So this is the order of the sharps. So if you remember fat cats go down alleys eating bugs, you know that is the order of the sharps is going to appear in the key signature. The order of the flats is backwards. So if you just know it's B, E, A, D, G, C, F, that is going to be the order of the flats. So the order of the sharps would be fat cats go down alleys eating bugs, and then if you know that, just remember it backwards, B, E, A, D, G, C, F. That is going to give you the order of the flats. So once again, sharps go in the order of F, C, G, D, A, E, B, and flats is B, E, A, D, G, C, and F. So what does that look like on the staff? Well, let's take the treble clef. In the treble clef, you're going to write the sharp, which the first sharp is going to be F. So it's always going to be F. You're going to put it on the 5th line. So there is my F. And then if I have a key signature with 2 sharps, it's going to be F and C. And for the C sharp, you're going to put it on the 3rd space. After that, you're going to have a G. It's going to go on the top space of the staff, so above F. And then, of course, I know my next sharp is going to be D, going by the order, so that's going to be on the 4th line. And then, of course, my next sharp is going to be A, as indicated. So A is going to be on the 2nd space of the treble clef. And then my next sharp is going to be E, so it's going to be on the 4th space in the treble clef. And then my last sharp, which is going to be B, is going to be on the 3rd line. So that is the order of the sharps you would write it. So F, then C, G, D, A, E, and B, just as the order sharps are down here. Remember, the order sharps is always going to be that way. So if I have a key signature with 4 sharps, it's the first one's always going to be F, then C, then G, then D. Alright, let's talk about flats. Remember, flats is the same backwards. So I have B, E, A, D, G, C, and F. So my first flat is always going to be B. And if I have 2 flats, it's always going to be B and then E. If I have 3 flats, B, E, and A. And how we write flats on the treble clef is the first flat, which is going to be B flat, is going to be on the 3rd line. And then I have E, and the next flat where I'm going to put it is on the 4th space in the treble clef, up there. And after that, I have an A, which is going to be on the 2nd space in the treble clef, right there. And then my next flat is going to be D, so it's going to be on the 4th line on the treble clef. Then my next flat is going to be a G flat, and it's going to be on the 2nd line of the treble clef. And then my next flat is going to be C, it's going to be on the 3rd space in the treble clef. And then my last flat, which is F, is actually going to be on the 1st space of the treble clef. So those are the order of flats in the treble clef. It has to be in that order. So if you indicate a key signature with 7 flats, then you're going to have to write it in this specific order. So memorize the pattern of where the flats and the sharps are, because it has to be in its correct order. You can't put this F flat all the way up here on the 5th line. It has to be on the 1st space. Same thing goes with the sharps. And those are the orders of flats and sharps on the treble clef. Now we're going to look at how to write order of sharps and flats on the bass clef. So the order is still the same, it's just different placement since we're in a different clef. So for the bass clef, the first sharp is still going to be F, but it's going to be on the 4th line. Then the second sharp is going to be a C sharp, it's going to be on the 2nd space. Next sharp is going to be G sharp, it's going to be on the 4th space. Then I have a D sharp on the 3rd line, and then an A sharp on the 1st space. And then I have the E sharp, which is going to be on the 3rd space. And then my last sharp is going to be a B sharp, which is going to be on the 2nd line. So here are the order of sharps for the bass clef. As you see, the pattern is still the same, but it's just on different lines because of the notes and a different clef. Now we're going to look at the order of flats in the bass clef. So once again, my first flat is going to be a B. So it's going to be on the 2nd line of the bass clef. My next flat is an E flat. It's going to be on the 4th space in the bass clef. The next flat is going to be an A. It's going to be on the 1st space. Next flat is going to be D, which is going to be on the 3rd line. My next flat is going to be a G flat, and it's going to be on the 1st line. Next flat is C flat, which is going to be on the 2nd space. And my last flat is going to be an F flat, which is going to be in the space below the 1st line. So there is my order of flats in the bass clef.